Welcome to Pennsylvania Dutch Country RV Resort. This is actually our third time here, but our first time as content creators. Today, I'm going to take you on a tour. This is 1,000 Trails Campground here in Manheim, Pennsylvania. The main reason we choose this campground is because the Pennsylvania Rennisance Fair is just 1 mile ahead, and we plan on taking you with us. Off of the busy Highway 72, you'll see the entrance sign to Pennsylvania Dutch Country. It's a very busy intersection, so be really careful about turning in. When you do turn in, be sure to hang to the left to go into the campground. If you accidentally head to the right, you will be going in and purchasing a new RV. Once you hang that left, you have arrived at Pennsylvania Dutch Country Campground. Just continue about 1/4 mile more. On your right, just before you get to the ranger station, you're going to see the RV and boat storage. If you're interested in that, just contact 1,000 Trails here at the Dutch Country. You will pull right up to the ranger station for check-in. There is a sign showing you that you can pull over to the gravel on the right for RV check-in. At the ranger station, it depends on what time of day you come in. If it's earlier in the day, they will greet you here. If not, there's a call box. You can call and they will let you in, and you will check in at the trading post. Once you are registered, you will get a code, and in your car, coming and going, you'll just push that code in and the gate will lift and you can go inside. Easy peasy. Throughout the park, you'll find many gnome houses, little villages, and more. I'll try to show you a few of those as we go through the tour. If there's nobody in the ranger station to give you your packet, you will pass the gate, proceed forward, and check in at the trading post. No worry, there are plenty of signs and arrows that guide you to the trading post and registration. I really like the setup of this campground. All your amenities are in the center, and then all your sections are surrounding the center of the amenities. There are section A through F. On the right, you will see the barn. This is where they host a number of activities and events. Across from the barn, you'll see several garbage containers, but there are others that are scattered throughout the park. There is a full court basketball area that is fenced in, has 2 backboards and hoops with nets. I'm a sucker for little gnome villages. Whatever you do, don't piss off the gnomes. Niktia's investigating to see if there really are gnomes in there. Check out the gnome sitting on his balcony. There's a white picket fence around the pool, so you don't have to worry about anything coming in or any littles escaping. There's a fun mushroom water feature right at the beach level entrance. There's plenty of seating around the area and a little bit of grass to play on as well. You can walk right into the pool. It's not very deep though. Once you start walking in, it only goes to about 4 foot 6. They have a nice deck with table and chairs where you can sit and eat and look out over the pool. Outside the pool, there is a women and men's room. They do have toilets and showers. In the restrooms beside the pool, there are 4 showers with changing areas. On the left is your shower. On the right is your changing area. There are 3 sinks in here with 2 mirrors and a changing table. There are 3 toilets. They do have handicap accessible restroom as well as a handicap accessible shower. There's also parking beside the pool in case you can't walk to get down here. And you can also go to the other activities as well. Propane is sold here. You can either pull up your rig and have it filled up, or you can bring your tanks and leave them here for them to fill. Contact the office for propane hours. Your laundry room has parking here and a soda machine. So if you don't want to lug your baskets of clothes down here, you can drive and park. If you want to sit and relax and wait for your laundry, they have a nice bench here in memory of Richard Harrison. In the laundry room, you will find 4 washing machines. They cost $2.25 and are coin operated, so bring those quarters. They are coin operated, so make sure you bring your quarters. There is no change machine here. They do have a sink for you to wash out bigger items if you need to. There are 4 dryers as well, and they are $2.25, at least the time that we were here. The laundry room is pretty big. If you don't want to fold clothes at this table, there's chairs and you can sit around and play cards. Who knows? If you have clothes to hang up on hangers, there's a place that you can hang them. They have a nice playground that's built for you and your kids. It's strategically placed between the pool and the laundry room. Need a little shade as you're watching your kids play? They've created a little area for adults as well. There's an area for volleyball. I'll have to say, most of the campgrounds have areas for volleyball, but I've only had an opportunity to play once or twice. Your horseshoes can be found right here at the horseshoe pit. I don't know about you, but I really like when our equipment is strategically located at the same place where the action is. There are grills and picnic tables right beside the horseshoe pit. So come out, have a picnic, and play a game of horseshoes. This is your trading post and food court. Also where you may have to register if there's nobody at the ranger station. By the trading post there's a sign. This is RV parking to the right. Just pull up as far as you can onto that gravel area. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they do serve food within the trading post. If you forgot something in the food department, you can come over here and see if you can find something. Looks like they have several things to snack on. The trading post has t-shirts and sweatshirts from Pennsylvania Dutch Country. Several things to choose from here. Right beside the miniature golf, there's a cute little house where you can grab your putters and golf balls. Number 13 is very fitting. It looks like the Keebler elf house, kind of close to Gnomes, which this campground is full of gnome houses. Well, maybe it's not a Keebler house. This is possibly a gnome house. Anybody up for a little bit of schoolhouse rock? We are in Pennsylvania, so why not a Liberty Bell? Did the groundhog see his shadow? Don't knock Humpty off his wall. If you ring this bell, it's not good. Subtract 1 stroke. It's not too often that I say it, but this miniature golf is pretty well maintained. There's a nice picnic area between the pool and the miniature golf. Amongst the picnic area, there's a nice group fire pit. There are lots of grills scattered out throughout the picnic areas. Just kind of curious, do any of you still use these? Across from the miniature golf and on top of the hill, you'll find your clubhouse. Even your maintenance department looks really cool. Just like a little farm. Section A is one of the smallest sections in the area. It has about 7 sites. They are 30 amp full hookups, and these are where your handicap sites are located. They are centrally located close to everything. At the corner of Section A, this is where you can swing by if you need to and dump your tanks. Most of your roads here are tar and chipped with a few gravel roads. Not many, mostly tar and chipped. This is Section B. Section B is 50 amp full hookup with just a scattering of a few 30 amp. Section C goes up a gravel road called Carriage Court and continues on into Cornfield Way. This is Section C46. Section C is very woodsy and is on a gravel road. They are 30 amp full hookup. Your sites mostly come with a fire ring and a picnic table. Fred and I kind of like this. When you get to your site, your fire ring is cleaned out and turned up so you can put it back in place, and you know it's good and clean. There are a few tent sites. This is T10. They have electric fire ring and picnic tables, but we won't disturb them because they're camped out. Tent site 11's open, so we'll go in and take a quick peek. The tent sites are up on the hill close to Section D. They're very roomy. They're in the woods, and they come with a picnic table and a fire ring and plenty of space to set up a tent. Besides the bathhouse at the pool, there are 2 other bathhouses. One is at Section D, which I'm going to show you in just a few minutes. The other one is at Section F. That's where we're located. Section D bathhouse, women's room. There are 4 sinks and a long mirror. Has 3 commodes. You'll see 3 showers. Little changing rooms in front of them. This bathroom is handicap accessible. There is a handicap place to park. However, if you are pushing a wheelchair up here, there's gravel before you get to the concrete, so it's a little hard to get up. It would be nice if they had a little concrete pathway all the way to the concrete road. There are more dumpsters at the top of Section D. Section D has a few 30 amp full hookups, but it's mostly water and electric only, and tent sites. At the very tippy top of the hill is E section. This is 50 amp hookups and the few cabin rentals that they have. E section has quite a few empty sites. Somebody just backed in, but there's still plenty here. This is just a glimpse at Section E. This is E7 and one of the few rentals that are here on the property. They come with a deck and a grill. E15 looks a little more log cabin-ish, although you can see the tongue where it's a trailer. Several of the cabins look like they have been rented out for the season, so check with the staff to see if there is any availability. The clubhouse on top of the hill. I hear there are hay rides on the weekends. This is your members lounge, rec room / clubhouse, sitting on top of the hill. If you just want to come out on the patio and rock, it's very relaxing out here. Let's check it out and see what's inside the clubhouse. It is cooler inside here. The air conditioning's going. That feels good. There's a little area for the kids to play or study. They have popcorn from time to time. Love hot popcorn. They have benches and tables for you to eat your popcorn or perhaps create a puzzle, play cards, or anything else that you can creatively think of doing. We are camping, so if it's not raining, I suggest you explore, catch fireflies, skip rocks, play outside, go on a nature walk, eat s'mores, wish on the stars, read a book. You can go outside, climb trees, jump in puddles, build forts, run barefoot. Just slow down. Remember, you can't count all the stars, but you can count some of them. If it's raining outside, this is a good place to come relax, maybe watch a movie together. If you need a puzzle, they have a few of them in here that you can build. They have a restroom in here, so you don't have to run to the bathhouse or back to your RV. Continue through the clubhouse and you'll find a nice area for you to relax by the fireplace, read a book, turn on the little TV if you want. If you need to borrow a book, they have plenty here. You can borrow one or take one and bring one back. There's a beautiful built-in bookcase full of books. This clubhouse has endless areas for you to explore and utilize. So you can come up here and have a little coffee in the morning or sit and just relax and look out the window. There are plenty of rooms and opportunities to come on a rainy day and relax in the clubhouse. I do suggest if you have issues with mobility, come around to the backside of the clubhouse. There are no stairs there. If you full-time RV and you want to feel like you're in a sticks and bricks again, just come and check the clubhouse out here. This members lounge will make you feel like you're back in a sticks and bricks house. If you look on the map, there is A through F section, and then there is L. Section L has a little gravel road that goes back behind the basketball court and is kind of set off all by itself. Section L is water and 30 amp electric only. There are a couple of sewer sites in this area, but you'll find mostly the workers are staying there. If you like more privacy, L section's for you as well. There's not a whole lot of people that come back here. There are actually 5 sites in L section that have 30 amp full hookup sites for you. It may be a little secluded back here, but that didn't stop the Gnomes from building their houses. Section L also has a few tent sites. As I walk around L section, I come to realize that it's the only section here in the park that doesn't have its own sign. Fred, Nikita, and I call Section F our home. Section F just goes right up beside the barn. There are lots of transients here. What I like best about this park is that there is a fair amount of transients and full-timers. The ratio between transients and annuals is really fair here. F section has a bathhouse. There are 3 bathhouses here, 1 at the pool. F section, D section, and if you're at the clubhouse, they do have 2 restrooms there as well. There's a very long mirror with 2 sinks in here. There are 2 showers in the F bathhouse. The shower is rather big and they partitioned it off so you can have a place to change. There are 2 toilets as well. We are in section F, site 42. These are graveled back-end sites. We have a full hookup site with 50 amp electric, water and sewer. Yeah, water is underneath our slide, but there was plenty of room for it to come out over it. We have a fire pit. There's Fred's workbench. My grill table. Or do-it-yourself table. I like how the boulders outline both sides of our site. I believe the boulders on this side could use a little weeding. Today I'm going to take you on a trail. We're at the top of section B, and I always like to show you what the trails look like on the campgrounds. To help you recognize the trailhead, there is a bench here, and it says in memory of Richard Harrison. Most of the paths at these campgrounds do afford you a little privacy and a little time back in the woods. It's a pretty well marked trail. If you want to bail out not too far from the trailhead, you can turn to the right and head back into the campground. So once you turn right, you'll just go right through this little doorway and right back onto the campground road, where I'm sure there's another trailhead entering into this trail. One thing I have to say about Pennsylvania, it's muggy. So we're gonna walk right through that doorway and back onto the enchanted trail. Once you go through the doorway, you're on the trail. It'll show you a picture of a hiking guy, and you just turn right and follow the trail. And my trusty hiking partner hears the helicopters, and it sounds like a shooting range not far from here, so you can also hear some gunshots occasionally. Let's go, girl. Come on, wrong way. So don't depend on her to show you the way of the trail, as she might go the wrong way. This path runs parallel to the campground, and eventually you'll see section E on your right, which is where the rentals and other RVs are located. Along with muggy, wet weather comes lots of beautiful ferns. We've been seeing plenty of them through the woods. Be careful on which path you take. If you take the wrong path, it will bring you up behind a beautiful log cabin, but it's a private residence. So turn around, go back, and find the right direction. Once you pass section E that's on your right, don't keep going straight. You're gonna see a little path that goes to the right. It's not marked, but if you don't wanna go to Deliverance in the log cabin in the woods, then I suggest you take a right here. You'll know you're on the right path when you can look to the right and see some of the campground lurking through the trees. The pathway will open up into a road, a little gravel road, where you'll see a business. We're gonna come out and cross the gravel road and right back onto the path. That's pretty cool. Somebody's made a homemade bench along the way. So the path I took continues until you find a little gravel road, and once you exit, I would head right and take the road back to the campground. The moon's so bright tonight, it'll lead your way throughout the campground with its light.
All right, it's time for the Pennsylvania Dutch Country Cellular Service Report. Well, T-Mobile starts it off with 97.6 megabits per second down and 5.36 megabits per second up. Second place is Verizon at 31.9 megabits per second down and 9.39 megabits per second up. And then there's T-Mobile at 17.6 megabits per second down and 5.47 megabits per second up. Not too bad in numbers, but lots to do as usual in this place. So I don't think you'll spend a lot of time on the internet, but if you got T-Mobile, you'll be golden. Talk to you next time.